Have you ever missed someone so much that the smallest things remind you of them? You hear a song and suddenly they pop into your mind. You walk past a place you once visited together and your brain instantly replays memories like a movie. Or maybe you grab your phone to text them and then remember you can't. And suddenly your mood changes. It's strange, isn't it? How someone can be physically far away, yet somehow still live inside your thoughts all day. So today, let's talk about something almost everyone has experienced at some point in life: the psychology of missing someone. Why does it happen? Why does the feeling sometimes get stronger with time? And why can one person have such a powerful presence in our mind even when they're no longer around? Let's figure it out. First, let's understand something simple about the human brain. Your brain loves patterns, it loves routines, and most importantly, it loves familiarity. When someone becomes a regular part of your life, your brain starts including them in your daily pattern. Maybe you text them every morning. Maybe you talk before going to sleep. Maybe you share random memes throughout the day. At some point, that person quietly becomes part of your routine. Your brain starts expecting them. And when that routine suddenly disappears, your brain gets confused. It's like showing up to your favorite coffee shop and discovering it's closed. Your brain goes, "Wait, this isn't how things normally work." And that feeling of something missing, that's literally your brain trying to adjust to a new pattern. But here's where things get interesting. When someone is gone, your brain doesn't replay everything about them. It usually remembers the best parts, the funny conversations, the good moments, the late-night talks. Your brain becomes a highlight reel editor. It cuts out the boring or annoying moments and keeps the best scenes. Imagine if movie trailers showed every awkward, boring, or frustrating moment in a film. Nobody would watch it. Your brain does the opposite when you miss someone. It shows you the best moments on repeat, and that makes the feeling stronger. There's also something psychologists call emotional attachment. When you spend enough time with someone, your brain forms a bond. This bond releases chemicals like oxytocin and dopamine, which are linked to comfort, trust, and happiness. So when that person disappears from your life, your brain doesn't just miss the person, it misses the feeling that person created. It's like your brain got used to a certain emotional environment, and now that environment is gone. So naturally, your mind keeps trying to bring it back. Now here's something funny. Missing someone doesn't always mean the relationship was perfect. Sometimes people miss someone who drove them crazy. You know the type. The person who always made you wait forever when you were meeting. The one who always said, "I'll call you later," and then forgot. But months later, somehow your brain remembers them like they were amazing. Why? Because distance changes perspective. When the daily frustrations disappear, only the emotional connection remains. It's like looking at a messy room through a soft Instagram filter. Suddenly, everything looks nicer than it actually was. Another reason we miss people is because humans hate finished stories. Our brains like closure. We like clear endings. If something ends suddenly or without explanation, the brain keeps revisiting it. It's like a song that stops before the final note. Your brain wants the ending, so it keeps replaying the story again and again, hoping to understand it better. That's why sometimes you find yourself thinking about someone late at night and asking questions like, what if things had been different? What if I said something else? What if we tried again? Your brain is trying to complete a story that feels unfinished. But missing someone doesn't always mean sadness. Sometimes it's about meaning. When someone played an important role in your life, they become part of your personal story. They helped shape who you are. Maybe they taught you something. Maybe they supported you during a difficult time. Maybe they simply made certain years of your life more memorable. So when you miss them, you're not just remembering a person, You're remembering a chapter of your life, and that chapter becomes emotionally valuable. There's also something called emotional contrast. When someone is around, their presence becomes normal. You get used to it. But once they're gone, the contrast becomes obvious. It's like background music that suddenly stops. You didn't notice it while it was playing, but the silence afterwards feels loud. That silence is what missing someone feels like. Here's another interesting thing. Sometimes people don't actually miss the person. They miss the version of themselves they were when that person was around. Maybe you felt happier, more confident, more understood. That person made certain parts of your personality come alive. So when they're gone, it feels like part of you disappeared too. But in reality, that part of you still exists. It just needs new experiences to wake it up again. And here's the most important thing to understand. Missing someone is not a weakness. It's proof that you experienced a meaningful connection. It means someone mattered to you. In a world where many interactions are shallow and temporary, meaningful connections are rare. So when your mind revisits those memories, it's simply acknowledging that something important existed. But here's the part people often forget. Missing someone doesn't mean you need to go back to them. Sometimes people are meant to be memories, not chapters that continue forever. They played their role, they helped shape your story, and now the story keeps moving forward. Think of your life like a long journey. Different people walk with you during different parts of the road. Some stay for many years, some only for a short distance. But every person you meet adds something to the journey, even the ones you miss, especially the ones you miss, because they remind you that your life was filled with moments that mattered. And honestly, that's not something to regret. That's something to appreciate. So the next time you suddenly miss someone out of nowhere, when a song reminds you of them, or a memory randomly appears in your mind, just remember something simple. Your brain isn't trying to make you sad. It's reminding you that at some point in your life, you had a connection strong enough to leave an echo. And echoes only exist when something meaningful made a sound in the first place.